right, let's try this. Exhibit A. Okay, so just talking to a lady in the store, technically cousin's wife. So I guess it's coming in. Okay, going the other way. Good. I was gonna go on the road. Okay. And she's like, "Oh yeah," she goes, "Everybody's asking me if I know people that want to shovel." I'm like, "I'm booked up. Paul's booked up." So that means I'm gonna have to talk to my friend Dean, kidnap his son, make him do some shoveling. That's the plan. So if I see him out there, I'll stop and talk to him. I can't waste too much time today, but yeah, there's always something. Yeah, but I think Paul and I are gonna need the third man for sure. It's just, I want to get them enough work so that we can keep them, because if you don't give somebody enough work, they're going to go somewhere else, right? And all that good stuff. If he hasn't found a job by now. He seems like the working type of guy, so, you know, I know it was like when I moved up here, did take me, whoops, blipped the throttle a bit there. Truck didn't go any faster, just made more noise. Yeah, like, it didn't take me long to get work. Like, if you're willing to work, you can pretty much be dropped off anywhere and you'll find something to do. It's just finding good paying work is that's next to impossible. You know, the only people that are getting paid well are government workers, pretty much. You know, a few private sector people, but mostly government workers. For how long, I don't know. In the States, well, hey, man, if you're a government worker in the States right now, yeah, you're nervous. You're nervous. Like, you got 4 million, well, maybe more than that now under the Trudeau government. 4 million plus government workers if you add up federal, provincial, municipal, and public works. And the one we only really need is a little bit of federal and public works and municipal. We don't really need the provincial one. You know, like, what is a provincial government gonna strive for that your own local mayor wouldn't? You know what I mean? It's just, there's just too much government, you know. But if you cut and slash, you create a recession, which we're kind of in a depression. When you think about it numbers wise, like the unemployment, if you add it up honestly in the United States, it's about 23%. God knows what it is here. You know what I mean? It's very high, very ridiculously high. Oh, he's still not getting in his yard. I don't have time to stop and shovel it for him. The piece of a car in front of a car there. So I got today, tomorrow, and Friday for sure for shoveling. And then Saturday I got to deal with my roof because there's getting enough snow on there, it's starting to leak back. So a lot of it's mostly condensation, but so I can imagine just about everybody's roof's leaking now. But heat pump update. Works fine, everything like that. My dad this morning was like, well, I think we're going to be going back to wood. And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, way too expensive. So the heat pump was supposed to be more energy efficient than the electric. Apparently it's not. But we've never run the electric solid. You know what I mean? Like where we're just on the electric. We've always had the wood. So my dad tries these, trying to find an easier way to, you know, heat the house, right? But like the boomer mentality is they don't understand that nothing is getting cheaper. There is no cheaper. You know what I mean? Like they're like, wow, I read this was great. Yeah, because it's somebody going from electric heat to heat pump, and the heat pump runs constantly, right? It doesn't run really hot. Like, it is probably cheaper than the electric, I would imagine. But it's on all the time, right? So like 24/7. So it works okay, but was it worth the $3 to $4 grand to install? Probably not. You know that, and with the 370% tax increase on the land taxes here because of wow. Anyway, basically what happened is 2020 property went overpriced, and a whole bunch of the government's funding like all these housing developments in the rural areas. God help us. And so like our township gained like 300 or 400 new units in the municipality, right? They're not built yet, but it was like, oh well, your property value is now going to be 370% higher. Nobody voted for that. You know what I mean? People are getting so disgruntled. It's understandable. Like, I mean, like, is every government out there, really that out to get us? You know what I mean? Like there's only so far you can claim incompetence. But yeah. Now that said, the fiery crash. Did you guys see that footage of the RCJ9 jet flipping over at the Toronto Pearson? Wow, that thing came down hard. I think it bounced the wing off, and the other wing was still creating lift, and it flipped it over, which technically probably saved everybody's lives by just sliding on the smooth top of the surface of the cabin. Definitely whoever was on, there were saints on that airplane, because nobody died. Like, God bless them, you know what I mean? Like, they got lucky. Like, I'd run out and buy a lottery ticket right after that. But you see how predatory the media is. Like, people are still smelling like jet fuel, and they got them in for interviews, right? Okay, these people are in shock. If you've ever been in an accident, even a small accident, trust me, you're in shock. It takes a couple of days for you to calm down. It does. And then once it does, you get kind of emotional and crazy, Then you're a little bit bummed for a couple of months after. You get through it, but it ponders on the mind, right? Traumatic experience. Ask me how I know. Yeah, I was in a bus crash. I flew 15 feet in the air, landed on my head, broke my toe. The poor girl sitting beside me, I saw her whack her head against the bar of the back of the bus seat, and I heard it as I was flying through the air, and then all the glass and shit fell on me. I tried not to breathe that stuff in. Yeah, that was a pretty bad. We hit a bus shelter at 50 miles an hour. How I didn't die, I don't know. And where I normally sat, okay, because there was this cute girl, okay, so this cute girl actually saved my life, and she doesn't even know it. I'm like, I see her with a camera, and I was going to try to strike up a conversation with her, so I switched my seat that day. Well, the seat I sat in had usually I sit right in the middle of the seat. When we hit the bus shelter, right in the middle of that exact seat, not any other seat, but that seat, steel post went right where my heart would have been, right through. Oh yeah, so she saved my life. Can't remember what her name was. It started with an M. It was like, it wasn't Miriam, but it was something like that, something along that. Wasn't Mary, wasn't Marion, but it was like Miriam, something like that. And anyway, yeah. So when I went and testified in the court, yeah, pretty much ratted out the bus driver, because he fell asleep. He definitely fell asleep. Like, I couldn't see his eyes because he had sunglasses on, but at 8 o'clock in the morning, so he probably was hungover or something. But or maybe just tired, who knows. But he definitely wasn't attention to the road. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. So a lot of plane crashes the past couple of weeks. Got people's eyebrows raised. But it's amazing though, like, there's just like You want to know what happened? Just wait for the footage. You know what I mean? Like almost everything. Eh? Just wait for the footage.